One of the most common comments that I get from these mixing tutorials is, hey man, I really like your content, but I wish that you would do a video that doesn't have any third-party plugins. And I was like, oh yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. There's a lot of people out there just first starting. And so I'm actually gonna do a demo today of my custom mix template that I use. And this has no third-party plugins on it. And I'm gonna show you a demo. So let's dive right in. All right, so first things first, I have already downloaded the template right here. So I'm just gonna unzip this file. So there it is, unzipping. All right, so now you have a folder. You double click inside the folder, you're gonna get something that looks like this. So what I've done is I've included this visual mixing guide for worship. And so here's kind of a graphic visual of how things should be balanced, like visually. And this is a demo right here. There will be included tracks in there. So if you just double click that, there will be automatically populated tracks. And then this one right here where it says blank, worship mix template blank, that is what you can start from scratch to import your own worship band into there. So this is what we'll do. We'll just double click this blank template. I'm gonna put my headphones on. This is gonna open up Pro Tools for us. And it's gonna open it up. So just give it a few seconds here. All right, so now the first thing that happens is this dialog box comes up and it's just like, what do you wanna name the session? So I'm gonna name this Pro Tools Mix Demo. All right, so that's the name. And then what we're gonna do is just kind of check these settings. It's WAV files. 44.1 is what my tracks were recorded at. You might have different ones. You're gonna check what location. So that's all good. I'll click create. All right, so this is opened. This is what it looks like when you open it. So let's just walk through each element here and just kind of give you a demo of what this looks like. I've put all the kick tracks here. So I've got a kick, a snare top, snare bottom, and then a drum reverb. And all of the drums are color coded to yellow. So tom 1 and tom 2, hi-hat, overhead left, overhead right, and a drum bus. So that's taking all of the drums and putting into one drum bus there. And then next we got bass, acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitar has its own reverb. We've got an electric guitar. It's a stereo track. And then we've got the multi-track electrics. And then we've got a stereo keyboard, the click track from the multi-tracks, the pad from the multi-tracks, vocal 1, 2, and 3. And here's our effects section. We have a room reverb and a delay. And then right here we have the room mics. So we had two mics set up on both sides of the stage. Our announcement mic, our headset mic for the pastor. And then here's like the computer track, which is a left and right. Here is subgroups right here that I have routed for us. So all of the drums are being routed to this bus right here. All of the guitars, which includes like electric, acoustic, bass, that goes into here. And then we got keys. And then all the multi-tracks are routed to here. All of the vocals, all of the effects. So this right here is the room ambience from the mics. So that's what I have routed here. And then service, I called this bus the service. Basically like anybody who's speaking or tracks that are being played, like a video through the CPU. And then this is our master bus section right here. So we have our mono channel, which has basically some subharmonics on this that we blend into the whole mix to get that really like subby kind of tone. And then here's our master that has a few mastering plugins. And just keep in mind, all of this stuff comes stock with your Pro Tools Studio subscription. All right, so we've got it, just blank session here. Now let's import some tracks. So what we're gonna do is press Command-Shift-I, and that's going to put up our import audio dialog. So let's go into where we have that on the, I think we have it on my desktop. All right, so here's the audio files that I'm gonna import. All right, so here's all of the, yeah, here we go. I'm just gonna click on it, and what you can do is just press Shift and click the bottom one. And then we're gonna click Add. And here's all of those files right here. Now, if you do have a different sample rate, this is where this dialog box is important. Like, let's say, for example, that your tracks are in 48 kilohertz and this template's in 44.1, or even like 96 kilohertz. So what you can do is just convert them all, but since ours is the same, it won't take any extra time. So we're just gonna click Open, and it's gonna ask me, do you want to import as a new track or a clip list? So a new track would just basically dump 24 more tracks, or however many tracks there are, underneath. So we don't want that for this case. What we want is clip list, and they're gonna be basically showing up in this right side of the section. So we'll press OK, and there they are. They're all right here. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to the top left, and I wanna select Shuffle. And what that is gonna allow me to do is just drag and drop these tracks right here. So I'm gonna select just my drums for now. And it's gonna automatically put them all the way at the beginning of the timeline. So drag and drop, boom, there's all my drum tracks. All right, so when you're importing your audio files, just try to keep the gain structure kind of similar to what these are. Otherwise it will sound out of balance. And so that's why I've included the audio tracks from this demo session so that you can get a gauge for how loud things should be. All right, so let's just click play and see if these are coming through. All right, so those are coming through. Let's keep going on to bass. And acoustic guitar. Let's just see how that sounds. Okay. All right, now we're gonna keep going on to electric guitar. And again, that's a stereo track, so it's left and right. There was 2 channels that we were using this particular day. Keys left and keys right. So I'm gonna press Command and hold and press Command and do this other keys right. And then we'll drag these keys into this spot right here. And then our multi-track electric is right here. And then our click track, drag it into place. Multi-track pad, drag it into place. And again, I'm just using shuffle mode to just drag and drop these, so that's why they're snapping to the beginning. If I was in slip mode, what would happen is, let me just go and delete this really quick. I'll show you what happens. I would just drag it in, and it would just kind of like float out in the open timeline. And if it didn't get dragged all the way to the beginning, sometimes it's not phase locked. So there we go. Let's just undo all this. All right, there's my multi-track pads. All right, now we're in our vocal section. Oh, let's go back to shuffle. We got vocal 1. And let's just make sure that this is coming through. I'm selecting volume now. Oh, how we love. Okay, so that's one of the vocalists. There were 3 vocalists, so let's put all of them in here. Vocal 2. Let's see what that sounds like. All right. And then the 3rd vocalist right here. All right, so as you can hear already, all of the effects have been routed for you so that you don't have to route all the effects. So it's really kind of drag and drop like this. And then what you would need to do is our next step. After we import all of these tracks, we are going to actually automate some of these things, or turn down effects when a vocalist is maybe talking or praying, things like that. So the next thing that we'll do is we're going to import the room mics. Here are the room mics by themselves. So that was the actual room recording of this particular day. All right, next we have announcement mic. So right here we had...
They're all listed there, and we'd love to have you bring your kids, bring your...
All right, so then our headset mic, which in this case is for our pastor.
I was a little kid this time of year over the summer.
Okay, so next we have our computer that was recorded. If you were doing this as a live stream, you could easily just use this same template and just make sure that you have a comfortable way of mixing it, whether through like a control surface where you can have mute groups routed, or you can just be comfortable with the template, like just getting familiar where everything is. But this is good to practice on and kind of customize things for how your band is and optimize it for your own situation. Maybe you have 4 vocalists, maybe you have 3 toms, or maybe you have 2 guitars, or you don't have that many musicians, or you can kind of whittle it down to less. So it really can be customized, and you can save it as your own template. All right, so let's take a listen to what all of this sounds like. Let's go to this song right here. This is our second song in the set.
Save me, 'cause you saved me, you saved me. Now I will never leave your love. You saved me, you saved me.
All right, so if it were me mixing this, the levels are pretty good right now, but what I would do is I would go through, I would turn down the background vocals a little bit lower than the main vocal for the particular song that they're leading. So this song right here, vocal 3 was leading.
You saved me.
So what I would do is just go in here, turn down these volume tracks right here. All right, so you can also just, custom build your mix, and if you want to turn down the whole subgroup for the drums or the electric, it's all routed in. So let me show you what that looks like. And let's go to our mix window. So this right here is called the edit window. And to go to our mix window, there's 2 ways. You can either go right here to window and then go to mix, but it shows you right here, the hotkey for it is Command =. So let's try that. All right, so here's the mix window. All right, so I flip back and forth. It's a habit, but let's go to this one right here, this song. Turn down the vocals. Let's say that you wanted less electrics. More keys maybe? More FX. It's like totally dry. All right, and here's the room sound. Turn up the room. Turn it down. So you can kind of blend in that level for whatever works for your church and for what application that you're using this for. Yeah, and so that's a basic demo of this. What you can do is just practice with the demo files that I've included. And if you need any help at all, I am so happy to help you answer questions, or if there's something that you're stuck on, I would love to help you. So I would probably spend more time just fine-tuning this. There's so many things that you can do, but the good thing about this template is that it's already routed for you. There's so many things that you can use with just the stock plugins on Pro Tools. All right, guys, that's all for this video. I hope that it was useful to you. If you're interested in this template, check out the link in my description. And also, if you are interested in trying Pro Tools, there is a link in my description as well for trying Pro Tools Studio for 30 days for free. It's an incredible program. It's my favorite one. I am an affiliate, so just disclaimer there. It does help me do more videos like this. So I hope this video has been helpful to you, and we'll see you in our next video.